blending in with the crowd, believing he has successfully escaped. But Madeline had radioed her position just before the crash. Suddenly, her backup partner rounds the corner, tackles the kidnapper to the pavement, and slaps the handcuffs on him. They finally have him. Back at the precinct, the kidnapper is thrown into an interrogation room. But instead of acting panicked or defeated, he is terrifyingly calm. He sits in the chair exuding a chilling, arrogant confidence, and absolutely refuses to answer a single question. The millionaire, watching from behind the two-way mirror, loses his mind. He demands they call on the FBI, but the local police insist they can break him. They enter the room to apply pressure, but the kidnapper simply looks up, smiles a dead, soulless smile, and asks, "Ready to talk, guys?" The detectives realize with sinking dread that they are not dealing with a normal criminal. They are sitting across from a highly intelligent, manipulative psychopath who loves playing games, with the standard interrogation tactics failing miserably. Tim pulls Madeline aside. Knowing she is their best interrogator, he sends her into the room to crack him. But the kidnapper is already 10 steps ahead. He purposefully got himself arrested. Hidden deep within his mouth, attached to his dental braces, is a small, sharp piece of lock-picking wire. Madeline enters the room and sits across from him. She demands his name. The kidnapper introduces himself as Harry, but Harry isn't interested in the case. His sharp eyes lock onto a small, faded burn mark on Madeline's arm. He casually offers her a cigarette, attempting to build a false sense of intimacy. When Madeline presses him about the buried woman, Harry completely deflects the conversation, spinning a bizarre, cryptic story about a famous magician who shared his name. As Harry talks, his hands are hidden under the table. Using his teeth, he extracts the hidden wire from his braces and begins expertly picking the lock on his handcuffs. Before Madeline even realizes what is happening, Harry's hand is free. Seeing Harry's hands are free, Madeline instantly draws her weapon, aiming at him. The backup officers burst into the room, tackling Harry and securing him with restraints. Unfazed, Harry quietly slips the picking wire back into his mouth before the officers can search him. Madeline orders the officers out. Furious, she threatens to shoot Harry if he tries another stunt, but Harry just smiles. He leans in and cruelly asks if the burn mark on her arm was given to her by her husband. Terrified that Tim, who is listening through the microphone outside, might uncover her secret affair, Madeline aggressively steers the conversation back to the kidnapping. But Harry just laughs, relentlessly mocking her and refusing to give up the location. Hours pass with zero progress. The millionaire's patience shatters. He officially transfers jurisdiction of the case to the FBI. Tim pulls Madeline out of the room, grimly informing her that they have been taken off the case. A highly trained FBI profiler enters the interrogation room. The FBI agent uses advanced psychological tactics, calmly explaining the horrific, agonizing reality of the lethal injection chamber, trying to scare Harry into a confession. But Harry is completely immune to fear. He finds the FBI's psychological tricks boring and pathetic. He agrees to take the FBI agents to the burial site. They load him onto a police helicopter and fly out over the vast forest. But this is just another sadistic game. Harry is simply enjoying the scenic helicopter ride. He intentionally leads the federal agents to completely wrong locations, wasting precious hours. Back at the precinct, Tim is spiraling. Harry's psychological taunts about Madeline's arm have planted a deep, agonizing seed of doubt in his mind. He confronts Madeline directly, demanding to know the truth about the burn mark. Exhausted and unable to carry the lie anymore, Madeline confesses to her infidelity. Tim is absolutely crushed, his heart broken. He turns to alcohol, drinking heavily to numb the pain of his shattered marriage. Meanwhile, in the office, Jesse isn't giving up about the case and talk about it with Madeline. But at the moment, Madeline receives a crucial piece of evidence from an FBI agent, a matchbox that Harry claimed to belong to her. Madeline is confused, stating she doesn't carry matches. Inspecting the box closely, Jesse finds a hidden clue. It's from an airport motel, with the number 10 scribbled inside. Tim, pushing through his heartbreak, returns to the precinct. He realizes Harry's identity is completely fake. He orders the team to contact every orthodontist in the city, hoping to trace the unique dental braces Harry wears to find his real name and address. Simultaneously, the FBI tactical teams digging exactly where Harry told them to finally unearth a wooden coffin. But when they pry the lid open, the only found millionaire's dog. The wife is nowhere to be found. Madeline and her partner rush to Motel Room 10. They open the door, but they only find the bloody, murdered body of Harry's accomplice. The trail is dead, with time running out. The local police finally identify Harry's real address through his dental records. The FBI and local police agree to join forces for one final push. They dress Madeline in heavy tactical body armor and send her back into the interrogation room to keep an eye on Harry, while the heavily armed assault teams raid his apartment. Having finally figured out how Harry picked his cuffs, the police forcefully inspect his mouth and remove the hidden wire before leaving the two alone. Madeline resumes her relentless questioning, but Harry is already executing his backup plan. As he talks to her, he subtly uses his thumb to pry off a fingernail on his opposite hand, revealing a second hidden lock-picking wire. As Madeline focuses on her notes, Harry expertly picks his handcuffs again. Simultaneously, the police assault teams raid Harry's apartment in the interrogation room. Madeline finally notices something wrong. She looks down at Harry's shoes and recognizes drops of wet paint that perfectly match the fresh paint on the holding cell walls. And she'll see the handcuff is on the floor, but it's too late. Harry lunges across the table with terrifying speed. He violently overpowers her, knocking her to the ground, and effortlessly escapes the precinct. Back to Harry's apartment. Inside, Tim finds bizarre, terrifying blueprints scrawled all over the walls. The writing reveals that Harry planned this entire scenario perfectly. He intentionally got caught to trap Madeline alone in the room. Tim frantically radios the FBI, screaming that Madeline is in immediate, lethal danger. Harry takes Madeline hostage, dragging her deep into the same dense forest where the nightmare began. He leads her to a freshly dug, massive dirt grave. He plans to bury Madeline alive right next to the millionaire's wife. To inflict maximum psychological torture, Harry opens the first coffin to show Madeline the decaying body of the wealthy woman. But the millionaire's wife is not dead. She had been plain dead to conserve oxygen. As Harry leans over the open grave, she reaches up and violently attacks him, clawing at his face. The sudden attack throws Harry off balance. He tumbles backward, falling directly into the deep open grave. Madeline instantly recovers. She snatches Harry's dropped handgun from the dirt and aims straight down at him. Even trapped in his own grave with a gun pointed at his head, Harry refuses to show fear. He looks up at Madeline with a cold, psychotic smile and arrogantly dares her to bury him. Driven over the edge by his sheer, remorseless evil, Madeline's eyes fill with pure rage. She kicks heavily at the mounds of loose dirt, sending massive clumps of earth raining down on him. As Harry continues to mock her, laughing from the bottom of the pit, Madeline's patience completely shatters. She grips the gun tightly, aims directly at his chest, and pulls the trigger. Harry falls back into the dirt, dead. His twisted, sadistic games are finally over. The millionaire's wife is pulled from the grave, gasping for fresh air, traumatized but alive. In the aftermath of the nightmare, Tim and Madeline share a quiet, heavy look. The trauma they survived together begins to slowly mend the broken trust between them, offering a small glimmer of hope for their marriage as the screen fades to black dot. Thanks for watching. If you enjoy the recaps, PLS, like and subscribe. See you in the next recap.